Hey there, Joy of the World, friends and family. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button right down below. It is free as always. And if you'd like to be notified anytime I post new videos, make sure you ring that little bell out beside it and they'll notify you, okay? Now, we're going to do a weekly read. They asked me, the guides were like, hey, Joy, start doing a weekly read. And I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. Let's step on in there. We're starting with this week, October 25th to the 31st. So from a Sunday to a Saturday, the energies of what is coming in and what could be going on. So let's find out. Now I have a couple of decks sitting out here, more oracle based because it's more of getting a picture. I'm very much an intuitive reader, which I can do through the tarot as well. But Mary L has shown up because Mary L wants to talk to you. That is full show. They're like, Joy, bring it on in. We got some affirmators showing up here. I can't look at what this card is yet because it is face down. It is the crown of the spread. We have whatever this thing is called. I don't even know, but welcome to the Spirals of Life. We got the massive deck, which is 3 decks combined into one, representing your mind, body, and soul, and however they want to speak. And then I call these my little pearls, pearls of wisdom, beauty. Oh, look at what is underneath. Bye, Felicia. That's what we're doing. We're getting that broken heart on out of here. No longer even the crack nor the scar. We're going to wash that thing away. We're going to heal it from the inside out, and then maybe the pitmen, okay? Well, look at that. Color your world, baby. Call it what it is. We're going to heal it. We're going to get it the way it is. So call in this beautiful, delightful spirit. So first we're going to just take a nice deep breath. We'll do it again. Let's open our collarbones one more time. And getting us in a receptive state. Oxygenating that blood, connecting heaven, the high heart, right, our lungs, with the earth. So let's find out what this is together. Why don't we? Ta-da! What have we got going on here? Oh, we got the Hierophant coming on in. It's like marching to a new beat, setting the tone for what is coming in. You're letting me know, okay, so you're wanting to know about the planetary shifts and things like that. I mean, this is a free-for-all when we step in on a weekly read. We're just going to see how it comes. So we're setting the tone for how we're going into this new energy. You could check out the Mercury retrograde reading. You could also check out when Mars and Chiron and the other ones step in. The planets and the positions want to speak as to how they're here to afford us an advantage, to offer us the opportunity to step into the goodness, into the bounty, kind of like this, to be keys for us to open doors, to open gates, passageways and portals that we didn't even know were there, okay? So Hierophant is very much about rules, regulations, and things like that, but I can tell you from having Saturn as my ruling planet, I am a Capricorn sun, things that can seem like all rules and regulations, if you go along, you'll find the funnery in it. You'll find the little secrets and the hidden passageways and the doors, kind of like the library where you're pulling a book off the shelf and it turns and there's this whole other world back there that you didn't know was there, and you're like, oh, what? Well, you'd be all pissed like, Saturn, F that. I don't want to be up in here having to read some books, making me read books when I'm like pulling off the shelf. I'm like, ooh, I know there's a surprise up in here for me somewhere. That's what this Hierophant is doing, saying strike up the band. There is a surprise for you in the midst of this week, baby. Don't get bought in by what you got to do, what you have to do those things, but be all along with your eyes like this, like, ooh, is that for me? Is that for me? Looking at the signs of synchronicities, whatever else. If friends ask you to meet up, put a yes, not a no. It's not time to be hermitage yet, to be drawing in, to be hiding in. Bears ain't gone to sleep yet, baby. And 2020 was put on a sequester blanket hibernation anyway. And it's like that blanket is finally coming off. Springtime has sprung now. That is the interesting part there, friends, okay? Because COVID came in and swept down and locked us down right when spring fever, the awakening, and the abundance was shooting forth. It's like if you grow something in the yard, say it's even just your grass, and you lay a big sheet of plywood down over it, the grass just gets all wilty and whited out and yellowed out, and it's not even greened out. It's like all scriggly and scraggly, and the dirt, it all thins out around it. But you lift that up and you give it a little bit of sunshine. Hello. This Hierophant's coming in as the sunshine. To me, Saturn's always yellow too. It's a ruling planet. It's a planet of our will, our institution, our willpower. And they're saying give it permission, give it authority. Thus the star, the 5. The 5 comes in to me as a form of manifestation and not like off the mind. No, this is activation. It is activating our potential. So being able to take actionable steps. And that's why if somebody invites you out, go have a good time. Take that walk in the park. Go look for the signs. Maybe even cook yourself dinner and sit down and enjoy it. Have somebody over. Whatever it is, there are these different little things that you can do to kind of, they're saying, shake up your week. Okay, shake up your week. So we're shaking up the week. What we got going on in here? We're shaking up the week. I feel you. One's funny, but one feels real. This feels real, and this one feels funny. Okay. The one that feels funny, I told you I'm an intuitive reader. To my feelings, my fingertips, it's happiness. Talk about giddiness. This is what the Hierophant has come to bring. It's come to bring you happiness, lightness of heart, joy, fulfillment, all that type of energy. I knew a lot of the power of COVID had been broken last week in one of the reads. I could see it just dissipate. It was this gridlock, and it was this dominant force. It's like dictator, that type of junk. But not so much anymore. It was dissipating. It was breaking down. It was thinning out. Now it's just kind of like a little sheet or a covering or a blanket. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm not saying that COVID isn't. I'm talking about the energy force field of COVID, okay? Which is totally different than it's actually moving about in people and how it has impacted our lives, all right? So now it's coming up with the hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So this, remember, we're talking about actionable things, about the 5, about the star, and about the hand. This is just to let us know it's a bit of a shadow, a bit of a reiteration that you have a hand in your happiness. You have a hand by choosing your attitude, okay? They keep telling me, Joy, remember you go do one card wonder soon, so that day may come. That may even be what the channel is. I don't know, because there's so much that this is wanting to say. It's reiterating the joining of the waters. So there's waters beyond. That's what the plasma and outer space is like. And there are waters here down below. And the two coming together to merge, to reunite as one. Like peaches and herb. I know I'm that old. Reunited, and it feels so good. What feels so good? What feels so good here at Joy to the World? Come on, baby. You got to step on up. No hiding in the shadows. No stand amongst the crowd. Come and stand out and be yourself. Wouldn't this be the card? Talk about being yourself when a cheetah in a barn owl. When speed and silence come together, you swift, baby. You aren't even going to see it coming. You aren't even going to see it coming. It's going to hit you, boom, bang. There we go. Okay, Mary L's ready to talk now. Y'all, this is a whole new energy for me. They're like, Joy, we moving on up, step in. Judgment. This judgment isn't like, doom, doom, doom. Here's the pronouncement of what you shall serve and what you shall serve. They said, done been served. Done been served. It's been served. Here we are. The egg's already there. It's cracking open. That's many of them. These are those cosmic eggs. The power is in your hands, baby. Like it is in the tips of your fingers. These are like the eyes of the heart, the combings, the musings of the mind. And when you begin to touch life, you afford life the opportunity to touch you. Boom. Boom. And what is life touching? What is life touching? Let's get into your heart, mind, and soul here. Ooh, patience, baby. This thing is big. I got to have big hands to move this big old day. I see you right there. I see you right there. Anybody else? I see you, but you're not quite wanting to talk, so you're going to stay face down over here. Goodness. Okay, y'all. There's a sentence. So let me turn it over and see what this judgment, this pronouncement. I was like, it ain't pronunciation. That's how you say something. What this pronouncement is coming in. This cosmic egg. It's like a conjugation, like grammar, but like soul grammar, spiritual grammar. And this is falling. The judgment is falling under the card of happiness. Okay. Sorry, at this time I can't afford y'all to see it all. But anyways, so that's how it goes for now. Let's see who came in first. The one that's face up. Red Fox Strategy. Hop on that elevator. Level up. We think leveling up can be efforts-based and based on how deserving and how worthy we are and how much evidence and proof there is that our life has changed. Let me tell you, this channel is coming from someone who did all the right things, lived all the right things, tried all this, the mindset, and then bad, or what seemed like bad results, horrible results, terrible things going on in the world falling around me. But yet, my gift when implemented by others and used to read their energies and help them out, boom, in a year, total transformation. The most impossible dream would come true over and over and over again. So I'd be hired. That would be my work. And then here I am going home. I was like, what's happening? How come this isn't working? Is this distorted? Am I crazy? Is something wrong? I don't understand. But it is the whole reason I believe in the healed healer. I believe in the cobbler's kids having shoes. I believe that the one who speaks out is the one who's also spoken to. The encourager is encouraged. The lover is loved. It is the full circuit and cycle of life. It is when life comes into its truth. And that's what they're saying here. Now the beam is like lighting up and shooting, and darkness is peeling away, because beyond the dark, remember, it's those waters coming together, that the Hierophant was letting us know that it's not all this demands and rules and regulations and expectations that when you're good enough, then you'll get the reward. This and that. This stuff, they're telling me this is like the ladder between heaven and earth coming down all the time. The earth is stirring and waiting for those who will look to receive. Look to receive. And that's why they had us do the breath, y'all. I felt strange. I'm like, I used to do meditations for people, and they love to have me lead them because of where it can go. So maybe at some point those will show up here. But I'm like, why are we breathing? Why are we saying all this? They're like, you need to relax to receive. And now it's talking about receive this level up. The power of the earth, all these unseen forces are coming here to lift you. This is the magic within the earth that we've sensed and we kind of let percolate through our mind when we were younger. Children are very much rolling around and letting all parts of their body contact the floor in the house, the ground outside, other people, whatever else. They're being mapped and they're being effervesced is the best way to say it. I live at the beach, and there's this thing called phosphorescence. It's little pieces of phosphorus that when you strike it in the sand, these little organisms, they light up like a lightning bug, but it comes from your motion, from your contact. Well, that's what they're letting us know here, is they're ready to make contact. They're ready to make contact and let you receive the affording that life here on this planet gives, that the planets afford us as the life force that comes in to experience pleasure and love. Call it hedonism, call it whatever, but we're on the planet of pleasure, and we were given many senses right up by our processing center. Hello. It isn't just about walking and working and doing and going and having not and all that kind of poverty and riches. Remember all these keys, baby? All these keys unto life? There are so many things that comprise our happiness. First of all, it is our genetic imprint, our spiritual imprint. We are made. Our fibers are happiness. And as we come in contact with that, that's this bzz, the lighting up and the light coming on. And when you can see inside yourself, you're like, oh, I found the key. I found my key. Here's what I want. And opens the door. Opens the door. And this is a soul key. So let's take a look, because it's dancing all up in front of me. And I'm making a point to look at you and not look here. Let's see. This is the one that wasn't ready to speak yet, right? So it was face down. Oh, look, it's called effervescence. Remember, like the phosphorescence, when you strike it, when you open the jar, when you open yourself to this, when you afford yourself this opportunity to experience the inundating love of life, to experience the animation of life force moving through you, it goes beyond reputation. It goes beyond purpose. It is the I amness that Scorpio has taught us about. These are the back of the emanation cards. It is not just our wheelhouses working right and the colors being in the right place so that we get it right. Hierophant's like, that's right. Tell him, Joy, that's right. That's not what we're about. We're about freedom. We're about permission. We're about authority. We're about activation. We're about living and creativity and this abundance of cosmic eggs of ideas and spontaneity and sharing that energy together, because we each know our place. We know our role. We know who we are and how we go about living. That's this effervescence. And they're like, unchain yourself, baby. And by unchain, they're like, pop that top. Pop that cork. Here it comes. Here it comes. The force of life has been ready to escape all this while. And that's why you've been under pressure. That's why you've been stressed. That's why things were blotting out the sunshine of your happiness. And you're like, the power was in my hand all along. All I had to do was open myself. And I'm like, and for you lefties, energy session, open yourself. That's right. That's right. And that's coming in under the hand, under the co-create. So it looks a bit like this, y'all. Okay? This is your week. Power of permission is in your hands. Here you are. You're that egg. Crack yourself open. Your speed, your swifty, man, you're not gonna, get bogged down. We can get bogged down thinking it's not ever gonna get much better than this, thinking that this is what it is, the have tos and gonnas and gottas and that type of thing. And Hierophant's flat out like, strike up the band. Let's get a fun attitude up in here. Let's bring in and join in with the energies of the earth. That's the manifestation staff of the star, okay? Our star power, and allow it to co-create, allow it to conjugate, allow it to be free to breathe in and out of our heart to the amnios around us. That is the plasma energy around us of life wanting to come together and to fertilize and to have these things come into being. Not because we keep intentionalizing. No, that has to do with conscious living. This has to do with amness, being yourself, being your divine, beautiful self in the effervescence. Look at that sheer gown. Nothing hidden. You're just like, just a little covering to be socially acceptable, but everybody knows who I am and what I'm here for. And not because you're trying to tell them. That's just who you are. It is the hallmark. Just like if you sow wheat, you get a harvest of wheat. You got the dandelion, along comes a little puff of seeds that people blow their wishes on, right? You are like that dandelion, like that puff of seed. You are indestructible. They're talking about impermeable, and nobody can get through and destroy your effervescence. This effervescence is leading into your happiness. It is the hallmark, the characteristic of who you are is what you're known by, okay? That is your personality. Now, let's see. These are, okay. It's making sense now. Can y'all see me? I'm not slow. I'm just distracted because I'm in the flow of the channel. So coming in under your happiness, right? And these cosmic eggs, the fingertips of life going on here, the connection with life itself, the empowerment of our being is what? So this is our body. This is coming in on 21, lioness and protection. It is our shield, our defender, our ancient self. So when we're in our truth, that's talking about our solarness, right? Because lion, the sun, Leo, the sun, coming forth from the heart, coming forth from the ancient self, but the tenacity of, like, we have the Capricorn and we have Aries, we have the horned creatures going on there. That is the wisdom of our authority. That is the ancient crown coming up from within us, rising up through the earth. Because when we stand in the knowingness of who we are, we know who we are and what we're here for and how we operate. We don't get thrown off to try and be somebody else's suchy much, or they're so-and-so, or put in our place, or put in the corner, baby in the corner, whatever, in the box, under the couch, under the rug, where people trying to sweep you, throw you, put you, whatever. You'd be like, excuse please, and you just step right on by. You just sandal find it. You just disappear, like go into the fray in the crowd, and they can find something else to be disturbed with, but it isn't you. You're not a problem. You are a solution. Okay? I love you. You are an answer. You are your answer. And this is the divine answer coming in, saying you are magnificently, fearfully, and wonderfully made. You are perfect the way you are. It is time to activate who you are and not keep tuning it up and down like some damned equalizer. Damned meaning repressed, right? Do. No, let it be heightened into the full symphony. And Hierophant's back up here going, da, 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 da. Totally. Hierophant is on board and like, speak it, sister. This is what I'm here for. I'm ready to make this march. I'm ready to stand firm. I have the power, the permission, the name, the signature, the hallmark, the handprint, whatever it takes to access that opening. To like, here in the United States, if anything goes wrong, they have this big hole in the earth. I don't know how many hundreds of feet down in that the president's supposed to go down in. It's like you have access from there to there. That's what they were talking about with the Capricorn horns. Capricorns are the earth embodiment of the full expanse. They're the sea goat to the depths of the Marianas Trench, the deepest depths to the core center of the earth, all the way to the highest mountaintop, the mountain peak, okay? And able to do it like that, right? Remember we talked about swift and silent. So some of you Cappies, tune into your reading. If you're new here, go check out our other readings. They are all timeless unless they are dated like these. The rest of those are energy sessions. They're puzzle pieces to who we are, to be able to come forward in our true divine self, because that activates the eye of God, our full solarness, the sun, the who we are and what we're here for, not just purpose, like self, for this enjoyment of this life here, this wonderment, this amazement, this beautiful divine, like, satisfaction and beauty of life, that type of energy, okay? So check them out. And so you also know, we also believe here that we're the whole zodiac. Anybody who gets a zodiac reading, they'll give you a little wedge piece of the pie and go, here you are, Joy, you're Capricorn sun. Heck no. It's in relation to everything else on the wheel. So that's like our music, our symphony, our streams, okay? They're like strings on an instrument, all the different juxtapositions. It's not a big deal whether they're really squares or oppositions or all those things that we get bogged down in, preconceived notions, stigmata, those type of things that could keep us limited and keep us continuing to punish ourselves as opposed to reward ourselves. The reward comes from being able to flip on our light switch, power permission to be who we are. Hierophant's like, thanks, Skippy, you got that right. So now we're coming in. We're coming in to tie this all together under Hierophant. And we have the red fox here. Remember, the being receptive, being open to the activation of life loving on you, of life's power, contributing along with your hopes, desires, and dreams too, because they are valid. They are real, okay? So bring your best, bold, bright ones here. Don't be putting those squanders, little tiddly ones up front going, well, maybe this will happen. No, go to the back of your closet, bury it underneath the shoes, in that box, under dust, whatever else that you said, oh, this will never happen. It's what I want most, and it felt so, but it'll never, go get that one. Go get that one. All right, in the squirrel in your mind right now, go get it and bring it right here, okay? Because that's what they're talking about. This is the stuff that strikes the core with life, that causes the sun to shine. It is the nuclear reactor inside of the sun. And it's like, we ready. You like turned it on, you flip that switch, it's like, woo. Could you imagine being near, no, we don't want to imagine that kind of nuclear reactor, but imagine being that close to the sun. Baby, I've been burned so many times. Power of resurrection, the phoenix, this is like Icarus flying too close to the sun, but I came back with eggs. I came back with truth for you, baby. You ain't gonna get burned. I found the secret passageway, right? Hierophant, Saturn, the little book on the shelf that you take that secret passageway. That's the way we go on. Okay, you're not gonna get burned. Get your impossible dream. Come on, put it right here on the table with us, and let's join on in and see what we got. Oh, baby, we got an open door. We got an open door. Wherever two on earth agree, it is done. And it's your true dreams that come forward, not about getting the words right or, laws of attraction. You have to get it right, be right. So much more is for you than what is against you, friend, okay? This has to do with the opening of the heart, of trusting, of surrendering that trust into the good hands of happiness. Oh, there went that car. Sorry, y'all. Happiness in life, into that knowing that you have support, you have love. You have the affording of nature, of the sun, of the moon, of all things that actually create life and perpetuate the ongoingness of how food arrives and anything else. We've come to think it's man. We've come to think it's money. We've come to think it's the hand and pure effort, sheer effort of mankind. It isn't. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond, greater than we can think or imagine. So it goes beyond the imagination. I know there are more eyes up there. I don't know what they are yet, but for now they're going to be ibis. Sacred ibis, opening the eye, the ancient eye, the door of heaven, the treasury. This is like that secret room. And in there, that is your eminence, your full-on radiance. That is your protection, not just your protection, that is your provision. It is what makes you a rare bird. But as you see, you are not alone. Birds of a feather flock together. You see, you ain't crowding. You ain't competing. You ain't judging. You ain't like, well, mine's finer than you're fine. And I got to be important. This importance is because of the I, because of who you are. You are important because you are here. And if you need somebody, if you know somebody who needs to know that, have them tune in here too, and they'll begin to awaken their own importance and recognize it, not because of anything I say or do. I'm just a microphone. These are messages coming in here to really genuinely level up our world, so that it becomes a bold, bright, better place, lighter on us all, and all that violence and difficulty dissipates away. It just becomes the den and the off skirts and the off whatever, and this becomes commonplace. That is my dream. That's what's inside my door, baby. 22. Talk about seeing yourself. Talk about coming together. Talk about some love, some marriage, some friendship, some, job satisfaction, all those. This too has to do with satisfaction coming and going. When you lie down at night and when you rise up in the morning, what could be better? What could be better except maybe a pearl right here, baby? Remember, no more. You're not abandoned anymore. You're not alone anymore. Okay? We're here. We're here. It came out anyway. So this is what has come. The world. And this isn't all the trappings and all the things that we think we pursue. This is the I, the very core, the heart, the opening of life itself, saying, I see you. I love you. This is never my intent or my purpose. When we fall, when we land here, y'all, we get shaken up in our chart a little bit. We get a little confused, a little hazy, a little dazed. Plus, we start out whining and crying and pooping and peeing on ourselves. We don't even know that we have to have others start take care of us, and that forms our world, and that forms this, because it's broken people. And not that people are broken. We're in a broken state of seeing, of navigating, a broken sense of understanding, of ignorance, okay? And all these eyes come to correct and align, to wash out the stains of ignorance, because that's just a state of being. And when it washes out and this comes in, life comes in. Life sees you. Life loves you. Life is for you, friend, okay? And that overwrites it double. This is a 29, that's a 9. So they say, just get ready, double for your trouble, babe. Everything that you've seen, because you held in here, you're moving through in that divine union, that coming together, birds of a feather, is moving you forward into the foundation of this new world. Wow. What a week, y'all. Now I expect to see comments down below. Let me know what is going on. This is so exciting to feel it coming hot off the press. Maybe Jim and I kicked that off this last week. They were like, put it on there now. So this will be showing up generally. I think I'll post these on Saturdays so that you have it a little bit ahead. Maybe even Friday to help you tune on in and get the feel for what's going on. So we thank you, Hierophant. And Hierophant thanks you for showing up here. You know, I love you. Come back by real soon. Bye.